Hey boys and girls, Chris here, and in this quick tutorial, this technique comes to us courtesy of John Paul Caponegro, something I picked up from John. John's a great instructor and great photographer, and you should check him out. But this technique is a way for you to be more precise and more economical about how you print. It's to simulate step wedges that we used to use in the wet darkroom. So we'd be able to look at one print and decide exactly how much contrast or saturation or whatever we're looking to add is right. So we're assuming that the print on screen looks fine, and now we're going to print it. Now it may print too flat, and you might want to add printer specific adjustments. So here's how we adjust the printer specific adjustments. So I'm going to add a curve to this, and I'm going to be very extreme so for the sake of tutorial so we can see this. So I'm going to add a lot of contrast. And the one thing that you notice is the color shift. Added bonus to this tutorial is if we change the blend mode to the blend mode that we want to blend just the luminosity aspect, watch the yellow grass in the foreground neutralize itself and get so we don't have nearly the color shift that we're dealing with. So an added bonus for you to determine what's going on here. But we've put contrast in because we noticed, let's say, that the print doesn't offer enough contrast. So we go fairly extreme. I get the gradient tool. I tap my G key. I have my foreground and background black and white. And I'm going to, you can do this left to right or top to bottom. I'm going to hold the shift key down and pull this left to right. And what that's done is added the gradient in the mask. So I have no effect and full effect. Okay, but this is kind of tough to evaluate. You can evaluate this, but it would look better if these were stopped in the step wedges. So with the mask selected, I'm going to go up to Image Adjustments, Posterize. And I'll change this to say 7 or 8 layers levels. So now you can see the different step wedges in the image, and our mask is turned into this. So now what we do is we print this one print, and through evaluation under neutral light we can look and we can see where the amount of contrast is nice. So say it's in here. Say this area right here is what we want. What we need to do is we need to fill the mask with the tone that the mask has in this area. And to do that, watch my cursor as I hold the Option key down. It turns into an eyedropper. I'm on the mask, so it's evaluating the mask. You can see I'm on the mask over in the Layers palette. So when I click this, watch what happens to white in my foreground color. It's going to turn to dark gray. So now I have that tone in my foreground palette. Now I need to fill the mask with that. Option Delete fills with the foreground color. And now I have that full effect, as you can see in the mask. If I click on the mask, now the mask is dedicated to that color entirely. So hopefully this is helpful, and the economics of printing and creeping up on print after print after print, more contrast till you get to the point where, okay, now less contrast, and then you get the contrast right, then you move to another set of prints to adjust, let's say, saturation. And before you know it, you've eaten through a box of paper in trying to evaluate your print. This allows you to do the effect you need to do on one print and evaluate it and make the adjustments accordingly. Hope this is helpful.